Welcome to Therapeutic Yoga Class today. Our highlight for an entire class today is going to be the pelvis and the hips. So thinking about that, we're going to be working the front of the hips and pelvis, the back of the hips and the pelvis, the outside and the inside. So pretty much any muscles that target the hip joint and target the pelvis. Now, what you're going to need for class is a yoga mat, a yoga bolster, as well as a yoga block and a yoga strap. Now, what I would like you to do is go ahead and grab your yoga strap right now, because I want us to all get a nice, good, large loop in the yoga strap so that when we use the strap through class today, you're not going to have to be fiddling with it. You're going to be able to very easily just grab it and loop it around your foot and you're going to be good to go. So here's what I want you to do. Simply take one of your feet and take the strap around your foot. Once you have the strap around the foot, have it so that if you've got any sort of plastic ring with teeth on it, that it's facing inward towards the opposite strap. If it's a D ring, just make sure to have both of the metal rings looping together first. Bring it through the inside or the closest hole of the plastic and then bring it out the other. And then make sure that it's nice and taut today, because we are going to do a bind at the end of class, which means you need to not let your yoga strap be able to move. For the remainder of class, using our yoga strap today, we're just going to use it as a single big loop. It doesn't matter that the bind is there. This just helps us at the end of class. All right, so now that you're there, you can just gently place the yoga strap away from the right leg or left leg, whichever leg you had it on. Have a seat on your bolster. Place yourself in easy pose, so whatever is a comfortable position for you in sitting. Once you're there, give that pelvis a couple of rock and rolls to start to lubricate and create movement in that lumbar spine and pelvis, and then find the middle of the road for you for that position. Once you're there, just gently let yourself use your whole body and hinge at your hips to place weight down through your legs so that we've got some weight on that pelvic floor on the bolster. Have your spine nice and long. Let's just take our arms and bring them out so we're holding a tray. Shrug those shoulders up, rotate those arms out, and then pull those shoulder blades back and down, elbows into those back pockets. Keep that spine nice and long. Check in that there's weight through your legs, and then just simply rest your hands on your thighs. Allow yourself to lengthen through the back of the neck and settle your chin. Full permission here for a double chin. Triple if you got it, that's okay too. We are all accepting in therapeutic yoga world. And then in this position, gently allow your tongue to rest on the top, the back of the top teeth so that the tongue is resting in the roof of your mouth. And then just gently close your eyes for me. And so what we're going to do today is to start with a nice gentle inhaling and exhaling exercise, breathwork exercise, just to kind of start to calm our body. So we're going to inhale for 4, and we're just going to hold our breath for 3, and then we're going to exhale for 6. So let's just give that a try here. So inhaling through the nose, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Through the nose, exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do that 4 more times. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 3, 2, 1. Through the nose, exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. So no matter what you did before class today, hopefully those 5 breaths started to center you and started to kind of relax your heart rate, your blood pressure, and kind of get you in a little bit more of a relaxed state. All right, now that we've done that, here's what I simply want you to do. Take your strap, place your strap up and around that right foot, and have the leg out to the side of your bolster. Now, take your yoga block and place it underneath the knee. So if you got a really long leg, it might be in the shortened position. I got a really, really short leg, so mine's going to be in the lengthened position. So essentially all I'm doing with the block is kind of extending the yoga bolster a little tiny bit. Then I'm going to hold that strap nice and close to my knee or my shin bone area with my right hand. Now that you have that, here's what I want you to do. Take your pelvis and make sure that your pelvis is gently turned away from you. So take the pelvis and kind of face it towards the left knee. You should already feel a little bit of stretching in the inner thigh area on this right leg. That's exactly what we want. The purpose of the block, by the way, is to give a little bit of a knee bend for those of you that have really tight hamstrings and you get too much sciatic nerve talking to you right away. Now that you're in this position, start to use your bicep on that right leg to kind of engage that sciatic nerve and that hamstring. See where you feel it in the back of the thigh, maybe into the groin area, maybe down towards the knee. Hold that stretch right there. Then take your left hand, inhale that hand all the way up towards the sky, and then as you exhale, really engage through that right biceps, a little upper extremity strengthening at the same time today. Now, left armpit, turn it up and open, and gaze gently upward if you're comfortable with that. Holding here, feeling the opening through the left low back, the opening through the inner thigh on the right leg, and the hamstring and sciatic nerve. Give me a deep inhale into the belly. And exhaling out. And one more time, nice deep inhale into that belly. And exhaling out. Very nice, beautiful. Inhale the arm back up. Exhale it down as you straighten that right elbow. From here, just gently take the strap and the block, bring it over to the left side of your bolster. Place the block underneath the left leg. Take the strap and place it around the left arch of the foot, and then hold that strap somewhere near the shin or the knee bone. Once you have that, this right knee, that's the direction you want your pelvis facing. So start to gently turn yourself, and as you turn yourself, you'll begin to feel those adductors or those inner thigh muscles beginning to engage. Now, from here, start with the use of this biceps and pull as you bring yourself up and over and engage through that left leg. Might be the back of the leg, maybe a little bit closer to the groin or down towards the knee that you're feeling the predominance of stretch here. Once you have all of that done, right arm, bring it out to the side. Give me an inhale as you lift that arm up. And as you exhale, biceps on the left arm, really pull yourself up and over that left hip. Now, this right armpit, really rotate it up as you gaze upward, stretching through the right low back, the left hip area, holding here. Give me a nice deep inhale in. And exhaling out. Let's do that one more time. Boy, am I tight on this side. Like deep inhale in and exhaling out. Beautiful. Right hand, inhale it up. And then as you exhale, drop that hand down. Take that strap. We are going to use it a couple more times in class. So just have it so that it's in arm's reach of you. And once you've done that, same thing with the block, take it and have it so that it's somewhere near you that you're going to be able to use it. Then just simply allow yourself to kind of slide off the front of your bolster and bring your bolster over to the right side of you. Once you've done that, left leg, straighten it out. Right knee, bring it up towards the chest. Now, all of you have different amounts of range of motion of your hips. So at this point, if you can hold up and around and place your left hand around your right ankle, that's a good position to start with. If you've got a little bit more flexibility and you can bring that left elbow up around to hold on so that the left hand is holding the calf of the right leg, even better. You pick where you are at home. Whichever position you're in right now, once you have a hold of either the ankle or the calf area with the elbow and foot looped around or connected to one another, I want you to literally fall over onto your right elbow. Now, as you fall over onto your right elbow, gently start to move yourself slightly forward and slightly backwards until you feel something not so good in the right hip. That is an area of tension of the connection of your hip rotators to your hip from your pelvis. Can you hold yourself on that? Now, here's the key thing. This is a pelvis and hip class. Can you take the deepest inhale into your belly, into your pelvic floor, and actually feel those muscles push into your yoga mat? And then exhaling through that nose, see if you can exhale a little slower so that you don't get your system too excited as we're releasing and starting to maybe heat up our muscles. Deep inhale in. Exhaling out. You got one more in you? Let's give it a try. Nice deep inhale in. And exhaling out. Now, use your right hand on that bolster and really just kind of slowly push yourself up. Once you feel you're back on your pelvis, gently place that right leg down. Take the right leg out to the side, take the left leg in, and just switcheroo your bolster so that now your bolster's on the left side of you. You're going to fall to the left this time. Once you're there, options for this left foot. Again, you can hold and gently hold the hand around and cup that outer ankle. Perfectly fine to do that. If you've got a little bit more gluteal and hip flexibility, then see if you can get that foot all the way into the crease of that elbow. That right hand comes and kind of holds on to that calf and shin area. So pick whichever feels the most comfortable for you. Don't cause pain, just get yourself in a position that you're in a nice, good flexion and external rotation of that left hip. All right, once you're there, literally allow yourself to fall over onto that left elbow. That gets you into those outer hip areas where those external rotators attach to a point on your hip called your greater trochanter. Then what I want you to do is kind of slowly rock yourself forward and backward. I've got my spot. Hopefully you've got your spot at home. Stay on that area. And it's so essential here to take the deepest breath into the pelvic floor and abdomen. So nice, slow, deep inhale all the way down. Can you feel those muscles push into your yoga mat? And then exhaling out. Let's do that 2 more times. Deep inhaling in. And exhaling out. One more time here. Nice, deep inhale in. And exhaling out. You've got it. Take that left hand onto that bolster, push yourself back up, and then release that leg to the floor. Now, what we did with that opening up through those hip rotators and those gluteals, excellent for individuals that have hip bursitis, any sort of gluteal pathology like a tendonitis or something like that. Even IT band syndrome, it's beneficial for. So sometimes it's not so much that we stretch the muscles. Sometimes we just need to relax the tension in the muscles, which is what we just did. Now, here's what I want you to do. We're going to use our bolster later on. So just kind of push it off to the side of your yoga mat. Once you've pushed your yoga bolster off to the side of the mat, allow yourself to be in sitting for a second, and then take the bottoms of your feet and place them together. Have the big toes kind of touching one another. Second, third, fourth, fifth. See if you can line everything as closely up as possible. And then interweave or interlace your fingers and see if you can place your hands underneath the pinky side of your feet. Now, if you don't have enough flexibility to do that through your spine or your hips, then you can hold on with your index fingers and your middle fingers. You can just hold on to those big toes and get a nice good stretch through those big toes at the same time as we're opening up through our hips here. Now, here's what I want you to do. We're going to use our bicep muscles to get a little bit of opening through our hips and a little bit of opening through our pelvis. So in this position, if you're feeling any sort of pain or tension into the groin area right now, try stop pushing your legs down. Just let your legs kind of relax where they may be. As you're pushing down, sometimes you can be really stressing those hip flexors too much, and you're not really going to get anywhere with suitability or basically a bound angle pose that we're doing with just our hands right now. And so here's what I want you to do in this position. Gently start to push your feet together. As you do that, you'll feel your pelvic floor engage. Now sit up nice and tall. Keep that length through your spine. Don't let your spine flex forward. And take a deep inhale here. And just with your biceps, can you bend your elbows and bring that entire spine a little bit forward? As you do that, hold that stretch, feel the opening through the inner thigh, the outer thigh, the gluteals, maybe even some in your low back, but don't force the knees towards the floor. Let them be where they feel comfortable. Take a deep inhale into your belly. Can you get all the way down to that mat? Maybe lengthen your neck and settle your chin as you're doing that. Let's do that 2 more breaths. Deep inhale in. Exhaling out. All right, one more good one. Deep inhale in. And exhaling out. Good. Push yourself back up into the seated position. And simply rotate your legs to one side and then find yourself coming up onto hands and knees. As you make your way onto hands and knees, check in with the alignment of your knees first. Make sure they're hip distance apart. And then walk your hands forward as you gaze back to those feet and see that they line up and stack up with those knees and hips. Then have your hips directly on top of your knees. Walk your hands so that your wrists and your elbows are directly underneath your shoulders. Index fingers forward, thumbs inward, outer 3 fingers out. Feel that beautiful opening through those wrists and hands that this particular pose is so good at. Now, in this position, let's go through some cat-cows here. So allow yourself to start your inhale and let your belly sink, let your tailbone lift, pull your shoulder blades back and down, lengthen through the front of the neck and look upward. And then as you exhale, pull that belly up and in, arch through that low back, tuck that tailbone under, spread those shoulder blades, lengthen the back of your neck and see, can you get your chin to your chest and look into your belly button? Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, sink the belly down, lift the tailbone up, shoulder blades back, lengthen that neck and look all the way up. And then as you exhale, curl it all the opposite direction. Really get the length through the tailbone as you tuck it under, chin to chest, gaze inward. 1 more time. Inhale, sinking, 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 creating that full length of the front of your body. And then exhaling, tucking, 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 creating that full length through the back of your body. Now, stay in your tuck today and start to walk your hands back. Can you keep that tuck? Then can you slowly sit back down onto your heels? Take that tuck and keep that tuck in. So feel like you're pulling yourself inward as you're tucking your tailbone under. Take a gentle little inhale here, and then on your exhale, slowly bend the elbows, allow the crown of the head to come down onto the floor. So a nice good child's pose, but the focus on opening up through those gluteal muscles and the low back muscle. Now, if the crown of your head does not meet the floor, use your yoga block or something to just gently rest the crown of the head, because it's really going to be about breathing deeply into that pelvic floor. So if you're forcing your head down, you're not going to have the weight back into those feet and buttock muscles. So whatever position you need, find it. Once you're there, check in that your neck is long and your chin is gently tucked inward. Then gaze back towards those big toes. Allow yourself to take a deep, deep inhale into your belly, all the way to the pelvic floor. And slowly exhale that air through that nose. How slow can you exhale that air out? Deeply inhale in. Slow, 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 slow exhale. 1 more. Deep inhale in. Exhale, 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 exhale. Beautiful. Now, very gently bring yourself back up onto your hands and knees. Time to open up a little bit through these hip flexors. So find yourself kneeling onto your right leg here. Have it so that your hip is directly underneath, or on top of your knee, and then gaze back that your foot is straight behind that knee. Walk the left leg up. I like to use my bolster for balance. I encourage you to do that as well. And then once you're there, Gently place your right hand onto your pelvis today. And once you have your right hand on your pelvis, allow yourself to take a nice deep inhale. And then on the exhale, tuck that tailbone under as much as you can. Now, once you have that tailbone tucked under today, make sure that there's some weight into your left foot. Now, here's what we're going to do differently today. Take that right fist. Once you've got that right fist, I want you to come right back to this pelvic bone at the very base of your spine. And I want you to give it a push forward. So it's kind of like you're pushing everything forward, but keep that tailbone tucked under. You'll feel a little bit more opening through the front of the right hip when you do that. In that position, give yourself a deep inhale here. Exhale, can you tuck under more and push with that fist? Let's do that one more time. Nice deep inhale. Can you exhale, tuck under and push with that fist? That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Then very slowly move the hand away and take the left knee down, and then bring the right foot up into the position where your ankle is underneath your knee. Now, I'm just going to quickly turn me around so that you guys don't get confused here. So in this position, check in that the left knee and the left hip are stacked and that that foot is straight behind you. Bolsters just for support, nothing else. Once you're there, take your left hand and place it against your left pelvis. Make sure that you feel that your whole entire body is forward enough that there's some good weight through that right leg. Then take a deep inhale here, and on the exhale, really aggressively tuck that tailbone under. You'll feel the stretch through the front of the hip. Today, let's also make it that we're working on those pelvic bones. So now take a fist with that left hand, place it back here at the base of your spine, and then almost like you're trying to push everything forward. That's what you're thinking about doing, but keep that tilt and that tuck of that pelvis. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, tuck under more and push with that fist. That's it. What a beautiful opening through that hip and pelvis. Deep inhale here. Exhale, tuck under more, push with that hip, with that fist, holding here. Give me one more deep inhale in and exhaling out. Beautiful. Slowly untuck. Allow yourself to place your bolster down beside you. Lay yourself down on your side. And once you're down on your side, make sure that before you lay downward, you've got your strap in arm's reach, your block in arm's reach, and your bolster in arm's reach. Once everything is near you, gently allow yourself to roll down onto your side, roll over onto your back, get yourself in a nice, comfortable position for your lumbar spine. So maybe tuck and tilt a couple of times to feel what's a comfortable position for your low back. Have your knees bent, your feet flat on the mat. Shoulder blades, roll those under for me. Allow yourself here to then take the right knee up to the chest. Take a deep inhale here, and then as you exhale, pull that knee into your chest. Left leg, just slide it straight down the mat today. Now, once your left leg is down the mat straight, here's what I want you to do. Take your left foot and bring it over to the right corner of the mat. So you'll feel that beautiful stretching through the outside of your left hip while you're bringing that right knee to your chest. Take a deep inhale here, and then as you exhale, pull that right knee up and into your chest. Tuck your tailbone under a little tiny bit if you can, and feel that opening through that left hip at the same time. Now, hold everything, no pushing, no pulling. Just lengthen your neck, settle your chin, maybe even put a smile on your face. And let's do a couple of really deep diaphragmatic breaths here. So deep inhale into the belly. And exhaling out. One more time, nice deep inhale into the belly. And exhaling out. You've got it. Then slowly bring the left leg back so that it lines up with the left hip and pelvis. Slide it up, and then release the right foot to the floor. Now, left knee, bring it up and into your chest. Take a deep inhale here, and as you exhale, pull that knee up and into your chest, and then just take that right leg down the mat. Once you're in this position, take that right leg and pick it up and slide it as far to the left side of your mat as you can get it. Can you even get it off your mat? Feel that opening through the right side of the body and hip. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, pull that left knee back into your chest. Now, holding here, lengthen that neck subluxation. Give me those 2 deep inhales and those 2 deep exhales. Deep inhale here. And exhale. One more time. Nice deep inhale. And exhale. And then slide the right leg back over to the center so it's lined up with the hip and pelvis, and then bring the right foot up and then gently bring the left leg down to the floor. Now, grab your block and place the block into the right hand and take your right foot, and bring it over your left knee, and just take that block and place it against that right knee. Now, you can use the block in the longest position, the shortest position, or even the shortest position, completely dependent on the flexibility of your hip. Once you have that done, take your left hand and place it all the way underneath you today. Now, literally make sure that the entire palm is resting onto your mat, and then push your gluteal muscles and your pelvis into a left rotation to push that left hand down onto the floor. So you'll literally feel the right part of your body lift up as you do that. Holding here now, take a nice deep inhale, and as you exhale, push that right knee away from you. Maintaining that position, stay sitting on that left hand. Give me a deep inhale into the belly, and exhaling out. Let's do that one more time. Deep inhale into that belly, and exhaling out. Releasing the tension through the push on the block, taking the left hand, unrotating your body and taking it from underneath you, and then taking the block in the left hand, releasing the right foot to the floor, taking the left ankle over the right knee, block again against the left knee or thigh area. You can use the longest component of the block, the medium length of the block, or you can go to the shortest, again, completely dependent on your flexibility of your hip. Once you're there, take your right hand, bring it underneath you, and then take the weight of the pelvis and rotate that pelvis to the right to sit the weight onto that right hand. That means there will be no mobility through your low back, all of the mobility through the left hip and pelvis. Now take a deep inhale here, and as you exhale, push that left knee away from you, holding that position, engaging here. Give me a deep inhale into your belly, and exhaling out. Let's do that one more time. Deep inhale into the belly, and exhaling out. You've got it, ladies and gentlemen. Then release the tension away from the block. Place the block gently beside you. Take the right hand from underneath you, and then left leg comes back onto the floor. Now, from here, allow yourself to grab your yoga strap. Remember, it's in a loop today. Once you're in that loop, take the right foot and place the loop around the arch of the right foot. Once you have the loop around the arch of the right foot, you can hold the strap all as one unit if you want, or you can kind of hold it like reins on a horse, whichever is comfortable for you. And then take your left leg and bring the left leg all the way straight onto the mat. Once you have all of that, allow yourself to hold the strap, gently bring the leg enough away from you that you feel that your knee is soft and straight. Then start to introduce tension as you lift your leg up until, if you go any further, you feel your knee start to bend, and then lower the leg. So never lift up so far that your knee bends, because you will be so far beyond your hamstring flexibility that you will be tensioning that sciatic nerve and potentially causing harm. Once you have that, Make sure that that right knee stays straight. Take that left hand, place it on the front of the left pelvis. Really use that hand on that pelvis to kind of keep a guide that your pelvis doesn't lift off the floor. Push down into the left leg. Allow yourself to take a deep inhale here, and then as you exhale, gently start to let that right leg come out to the side of the body, but for goodness sake, don't let that left pelvis lift. How far can you take your leg, keeping that pelvis down on the floor? Wherever you are, maintain it here. Take a deep inhale, push that leg away from you, straighten that right knee, and then as you exhale, see if you can go a little bit further. One more breath, deep inhale, straighten that leg, push that heel away from you, and then as you exhale, any more range of motion to happen of that right inner thigh. Then using the strength of your arm, inhale, bring the leg back up. Exhale, let the leg come down a little bit and kind of hold those reins and kind of relax that right hip and leg for a moment. Then start to straighten the leg and lift the leg until you find that exact point where that knee begins to bend, holding it there, not going beyond it. Take the hands now, take the left hand and hold on to those two straps together. Right hand, here's what we're going to do today. Place it back underneath you and push that pelvis into the hand. So you may even see that your leg comes a little bit out to the right side today. Now, I want you to push that hand into the floor as much as you can. Then, with that straight right leg, take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, how far can you bring that leg across your body without lifting that pelvis off the hand? IT band, ladies and gentlemen, here you go. This is what you need. Now push that pelvis down into that right hand. Take an inhale. As you exhale, straighten that right knee and push that heel away from you. Yes, let's do that one more time. Inhaling, push that pelvis down into that right hand. Exhaling, keep that knee straight and push that heel away from you. And then inhaling, bringing the leg back to the top. As you exhale, slowly bending the knee and bringing the leg gently away from you so there's no tension. Now, let's just do a quick little swap here. So holding on to that strap with both hands because you've got a loop. Take your left foot, bring it up into the strap. You've got both legs up in the air now, holding on by your arms, and then take your right foot out. Once your right foot is out of the strap, then gently let your right leg come down to the floor. Again, begin with the leg so that it's softly straight. So there should be absolutely no tension on your hamstring or sciatic nerve. For some of you at home, that unfortunately might be way down here. So you pick where is it that you can start with your knee gently soft and no tension into the hamstrings. Once you're there, start to lift the leg gently up. Go to the point that you feel if you go any further, your knee is going to start to bend, and then hold it there. Take both of the straps in the left hand, take the right hand and place it onto this right pelvis. Push that right leg down into the floor so that pelvis is engaged down into your mat. Now, keeping that left knee straight, take a deep inhale here. Exhale, bring that leg out to the side, only go, do not let that pelvis lift. So push that pelvis down against the floor as that left leg goes out to the side. How far can you go keeping that pelvis down? Now take a deep inhale here, and then on your exhale, push that knee straight, heel away from you, feel that opening through that inner thigh. Let's do one more, nice deep inhale in. Exhale, push it away from you. You've got it, ladies and gentlemen. Then inhale, use the strength of your arm, bring it all the way back up. And then as you exhale, bring and drop the leg down some so that you can kind of take the tension away from the hip and pelvis for a moment. All right, now in this position, take that strap and hold the strap in the right hand. Left hand, I want you to place it underneath your bottom today and take every bit of weight you've got and push that pelvis down into the floor. So you may feel that that straight left leg kind of falls out to the left side a bit. That is A-okay, tells me you've got some tight hip flexors and gluteals. Welcome to hip and pelvis class, right? So in this position, find that leg lift to keep the knee perfectly straight. And then take a deep inhale, sit into that left hand. As you exhale, how far away and across the body can you take that leg? Sit into that left hand. You've got it. Where can you go for that outer hip, those outer hamstrings? Holding right here. Take a deep inhale in. As you exhale, straighten the knee and push the heel away. Sit into that left hand. It's about the hip and pelvis, not the back today. Inhale, push that pelvis down into that hand. Exhale, straighten that knee, push that heel away from you. Very good, guys. Slowly inhale, bring it all the way back up to the start. As you exhale, bend the knee, take the strap away from you. You're not done with your strap, but gently rest it beside you for a moment. Take your right knee up to your chest. Take your left knee up to your chest. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin. Take a deep inhale here, and then on the exhale, pull your knees into your chest. Now, gently point your toes up. Allow yourself to kind of hold here. We're not engaging abdominals to do abdominal strengthening today, but just allow those toes to be engaged so you can kind of think about both legs here. Feel where your pelvis is kind of meeting the mat right now. Does it feel like you've got an equal amount of your right pelvis on the floor and an equal amount of your left pelvis on the floor? Do your feet look like they come straight down away from your knees and hips, or are they falling inward or are they falling outward? Just kind of pay attention to those things. Take a nice deep inhale here. And then as you exhale, just gently bring your knees a bit more into your chest. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin, close your eyes here. Pay attention to your pelvis. Pay attention to your legs. Any groin feelings on the right or left hip? Do you feel as much contact of the floor with the right and left pelvis areas? Holding here. Take a slow inhale into your belly and even a slower exhale out. Slow inhale. Keep those toes up. Pay attention to the pelvis. Slower exhale. All right, one more. Slow inhale. And slow exhale. Very nice. Now, gently rest your feet onto the floor for a minute. Grab the loop that you made successfully at the beginning of class. Take the loop, make the loop right now about shoulder distance apart of the loop. Once you have the loop shoulder distance apart, I am going to show you a technique today that is a nice, safe technique that sometimes will help you get a little bit more alignment of your pelvis, a little bit more mobility through those hip joints. So once you have that loop about shoulder width apart, here's what you're going to do. You're going to wrap it so that you have both legs in that shoulder width loop. And then you're going to bend your knees and place your feet flat on the floor, and then slightly tighten the loop a little bit. Now, there is a space between your knees. Take thy trusty yoga block. I'm going to use the medium width because I'm a short person with a small pelvis. You can use the longer width if you're a tall person with a wide pelvis. Decide at home. But take that block now, place it between that yoga strap, and then tighten the yoga strap. So what you're dealing with is a yoga strap around the legs, a yoga block stuck in the middle, and your legs are tied together. Now that you have that, allow yourself to kind of rock and roll your pelvis a couple of times. Find neutral position of your spine, which means that your low back should come a little bit up off the floor. Shoulder blades, rest them down and under. Just gently let your arms rest beside you on the floor. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin. Now, here's what we're going to do. Make sure that your feet are flat onto the floor with the yoga strap. Start to push your legs outward into the yoga strap. Feel the engagement through the outer parts of your hip and pelvis. Hold that pushing out. How much strength can you use to push all the way out? Take a deep inhale. And an exhale. Keep pushing out, ladies and gentlemen. One more deep inhale. And an exhale. Now release, pushing out. Here we go. Yoga block. Start to push your legs in against the yoga block. Feel the tension happening in the pelvis and the inner hips. Squeeze really tightly, holding there. Give me a deep inhale in and an exhale out. Yes, one more time. Deep inhale in, squeeze, 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 and exhale out. You've got it. Now gently relax. Now, of course, we're going to do that, engaging through our glutes and our hamstrings to get a little bit of a mini bridge here. But I wanted you to understand how to use the abductors, pushing out, adductors, squeezing in, to allow yourself to get some pelvis and hip stability. Now, let's add a beautiful bridge to this. So in this position of all tied up, start to push your feet into the floor, squeeze your glutes, keep your spine in a neutral position, take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, push your knees over your toes. So don't lift yourself up that you're arching your back or changing the position of your pelvis. Now, if you're a hamstring dominant person, your hamstrings may talk to you here. So let's get moving on those abductors and adductors, shall we? Push out into the strap. Feel everything engaging into your hips here. Give me a deep inhale. Keep pushing the knees forward. Keep pushing the straps out. Exhaling. One more breath here. Inhaling. Exhaling. Beautiful. And then stop pushing out on the strap. Relax the pelvis down onto the floor. So if you are someone that has difficulty engaging your glutes because your hamstrings like to do all the work, simply using a strap around your thighs could sometimes be very, very beneficial in getting more stability in your hips and pelvis. All right, let's do the opposite way now. So in the position that you're in, push into the floor. Now take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, pelvis and lumbar spine stable, push the knees up and over the feet. So get that gentle bridge, but don't let your back arch, don't let your pelvis move from a neutral position. Now, squeeze the block. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Feel the pelvic floor, inner thigh, everything engaging. Give me a deep inhale here and an exhale. Squeeze through the glutes, push down into the floor. One more breath, deep inhale in and exhaling out. Yes, you guys, have it slowly drop the pelvis to the floor. Gently bring the knees up towards the chest so that you can untie yourself, of course. Take the yoga block away from you. And then take the loop away from your feet, away from your legs. Place it beside you. And then gently take those knees back to your chest now. How did you do? Did you do some opening up through those SI joints or through those hip joints? So take a nice deep inhale here. Toes engaged upward. As you exhale, pull your knees to your chest. Now check in. Did that pain in that groin go away on the right or left side if that's what you were feeling? Can you feel more balance of the pelvis laying on your yoga mat right now? Take a deep inhale into your belly. Lengthen your neck. Settle your chin. Exhaling out. Let's do it again. Nice deep inhale in. And exhaling out. One more. Deep inhale into the belly, all the way to the pelvic floor. And exhaling out. Beautiful. Now, take that left foot, put it down onto the mat, slide the left leg down, right foot, place it onto the left thigh, left hand out of the right thigh, right hand out to the side of your body. Take a deep inhale here. And then as you exhale, start to twist that left or right knee to the left. Lift the pelvis and lift the low back and lift the rib cage. Keep that right shoulder blade down, lengthen your neck, settle your chin. Slowly take your gaze to the right side, holding here for me. Give me a nice deep inhale in. And a slow exhale out. One more time, nice deep inhale in. And a slow exhale out. Gently rotate your head back up to the center. Start with that right shoulder blade, bring it, and the rib cage, bring it back down, the low back, the pelvis. Unrotate the hip, place the right foot on the floor. Slide the left leg up, place the right leg down, bring the left foot up onto the right thigh, right hand holds the left knee, left hand out to the side of your body. Take a deep inhale here, and on the exhale, allow that left knee to twist to the right, pelvis lifts, low back lifts. Rib cage lifts, shoulder blade stays down, lengthen your neck, settle your chin, turn your gaze to the left side, hold yourself right here. Let's do a couple great deep breaths. Deep inhale into that belly, and exhaling out. One more, make it deep. How far down can you get that breath? And exhaling out. Start at the shoulder blade, rib cage, bringing it back down, low back, pelvis. Finally, the hip, placing the left foot on the floor, sliding the right leg up. Now take that right knee to the chest one more time. Slide that left leg down. So for those of you at home that may have gotten a hamstring cramp, we're just going to do a quick little opening through the hamstring a different way here. So just gently take a deep inhale and exhale. Pull the right knee to the chest, hands around the back of the knee. Point both sets of toes up here. Inhale, gently straighten that right leg, keeping the knee to your chest. And then exhale, relaxing it down. 2 more times, deep inhale in. Exhaling out. And 1 more time, deep inhaling in. And exhaling out. Keep a hold of that right knee. Slide the left leg up first. Release the right foot to the floor. Take the left knee up to the chest, hands behind the back of the knee. Slide the right leg down. And take a deep inhale here. Exhale, pull that knee nice and close into the chest. Both sets of toes, bring them up all the way facing that head. Let's do 3 on this side. So inhaling, straightening that left knee here. And then exhaling and relaxing 2 more times. Inhaling and straightening. Exhaling and relaxing 1 more beautiful time. Inhaling and straightening. And exhaling and relaxing. Keeping that hand and that knee to the chest. Slide that right leg up. Once the foot is flat on the floor, release the left foot to the floor and gently roll yourself over to the side and sit yourself up. All right, so we're going to end with a bind to really kind of open up through the pelvis and the hips. So really opening up through the pelvic floor. So here's what I want you to do. Take your yoga block and place the block at the top of your mat so that the widest part of the yoga block is laying flat down on the mat. Then allow yourself to take your bolster and gently place your bolster so that the yoga block and the bolster are kind of stacked one on top of the other at the very top of your mat. Once you have that, slowly bring yourself around so that your pelvic area is touching the base of that yoga bolster today. All right, here comes the fun part. Using the loop of the yoga strap one last time. So slowly make the loop nice and large. Take the D-ring or the plastic part of the loop and place it in your right hand. Then bring the loop around you so that that plastic part for D-ring is to the right side of your pelvis. Take the yoga strap down. Please, please, please make sure it's below your waistband and it is not in your low back area. And then slowly, like we did at the beginning of class, take your feet and bind and place your feet so that the bottoms of your feet are touching one another. Take the loop of the strap and place them underneath where we interlaced our hands and place them underneath. That's where I want you to put that yoga strap. Then, if you placed the D-ring or the plastic in the right place, you can pull it nice and taut with your right hand, and voila, you now have yourself in a complete bind between your ankles, your knees, your hips, and your pelvis. Once you have yourself in that position, and if you're comfortable, gently place your hands behind you. Allow yourself to use the strength of your arms and slowly lower yourself down onto the bolster. Now, gently let yourself literally talk to your hips. Let them relax. Whether you feel tension in a groin, in an adductor or inner thigh muscle. Maybe the tension is in the back of the hips. Wherever you feel your tension today, we're going to talk to it. So gently make sure that your shoulder blades are behind you, your arms, just rest them down onto the floor. Lengthen your neck and settle your chin. Now, pick where your hips and your pelvis you feel the absolute most tension. Once you have that area, I want you to focus on it in your mind. Literally look at that area, feel that area, and give it a dimension of size. How round of an area is that? Is it the size of an orange, the size of a cantaloupe? Is it the size of a clementine? How big of an area is your mind thinking about? Now, slowly take a deep, gentle inhale into your belly, all the way to those hips and pelvis. And then as you exhale, use your mind, thinking through making that size smaller. Deep inhaling in. Slowly exhaling, imagining that area you're thinking about getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Let's do 2 more breaths. Deep inhale into that hip or pelvis area that's speaking to you. And exhaling, making it smaller in your mind's eye. Smaller, smaller, smaller. 1 more breath. Slowly, deeply inhaling into that space. And exhaling. Can you talk to your brain and make it go away? Now, gently keep your body still just for the next couple of moments. If your area is still there and you've decided you want to keep talking to it with your brain, go ahead and work on those breaths. Otherwise, just gently let your body relax. Let it fall and be heavy into your yoga mat. Let yourself be still. Appreciate how much you've done for yourself over the last almost hour. And then when you're ready, very slowly, start to put the palms down next to the mat. Use the strength of your arms and your shoulders and gently begin to push yourself up without having to curl your spine. Slowly loosen the strap, take it away from you, and then very gently begin to take the knees one towards the other, and then find yourself in a comfortable, easy pose. All right, we did it. Hands to heart, smiles on our faces. Let's take a deep inhale in and exhaling out. Namaste. The highest in me salutes the highest in you.
Thank you.
Well, I hope your hips and pelvis enjoyed today, and I will see you next time. Thank you.